Welcome back, everybody. This is your co-host, Zara Dilaver.
And this is Jeevan Punni. Welcome, guys.
For the last few weeks, we have been talking about real estate as investment and how you can even get your foot into the industry if you want to get your license as well. And this week, Jeevan, we'll be talking about resale versus pre-construction.
Yeah, those are two massive different type of market. I know traditionally there are a lot of people had been doing resale, and even when I got licensed in 2004, hardly anybody even knew about pre-construction.
Yeah.
Behind the scene, there could always be an odd person, but everybody knew, okay, there's a resale home, either you list it or you sell it, okay, buying or selling. But what I have noticed is in last 10 years, a huge shift have taken place where people started coming into pre-construction as well.
Yes.
And I find that the world has become so small, pre-construction can actually be an advantage because in resale,
yes,
you were known as this particular agent in your area. So you were that area specialist.
Right.
Okay? And people didn't have access to internet. They didn't know what was happening in the next city or at other places, right? So the difference over here was in pre-construction that because of the social media, not only can you tap into your own area,
yes,
but you can tap into anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I'm noticing. And I think you have even seen people, the Torontonians, they have even started tapping into other cities, other provinces. Have you noticed anything like that?
Oh, for sure. We actually have a lot of our real estate agents working in Calgary and other cities, Edmonton.
We done in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
We done Dubai projects, brought projects from India. So I used to say this, that the world is becoming smaller. The global, before number of years we would talk to somebody overseas and it used to be considered a very big thing. Now you can simply dial and even look at them now.
Yeah.
So that is what I have known. And the other thing I want to actually guide is how people can actually tap into the pre-construction. A lot of people, they'll say, okay, such and such person is a platinum agent. How come I can't get in? How come the builders won't give me a unit?
Yes.
I actually want to tell you how it actually works.
Yeah.
So first of all, there are those home and condo magazines on which you can go inside. You'll see there's different builders whose upcoming projects and current projects are happening.
Okay.
So your first thing would be you would register on their page so you can be on their mailing list. Okay, at least you're getting information. Secondly, it is work. I always say go pay a visit to the Builders Presentation Center and make a relationship with the staff and the salespeople that are on site. They might not give you the access right now, but how do you get access? Is to work on the inventory.
Right.
People always like to say, okay, I want a platinum access, I want to go in there first. But don't forget, there have been agents that have been working and supporting those builders for so many years in the trenches. And because of that, because they supported those builders, because they have produced for those builders, that's why they're getting that first access.
Yeah.
But you, if you're being new, or whoever the person is, you gotta make your place with that builder. So how and what better way to impress than selling their inventory?
Yes.
So guys, that is one of the things to take away. How to enter into pre-construction is work on the inventory, show them that you can sell the projects that are not selling well, and they will love you for that. And
because you're selling for them.
You're selling for them.
Yes.
Of course. And the product is there. And believe me, a lot of product is sitting there. People might not even know. But it's your job to make that path for you. But at least you know what to do.
That's amazing. Do you want to tell a little bit more about how our clients or the buyers can make more money through pre-construction in terms of investment
Yes.
or through resale?
Yes, okay, these are two different things. First of all is, if you're buying resale, okay, you have to know the window of closing period is very small, usually 60 to 90 days.
Yes.
So that means you have to have your mortgage in place right away. You gotta have the down payment right away. So you're like ready to go. And in order to support maybe your payments, you might even have to rent portion of that house should it have legal basement or something like that.
Right.
But your capital is needed right away. Okay, the difference with pre-construction is you have longer closing. And even in pre-construction, you have two things. If you buy a home, that traditionally would close anywhere between 1 to 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, that's traditional. So you have to realize that your down payment might be roughly 10% of the cost. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's in homes that are new. Okay, now let's talk about condominiums. In the condominiums, majority of the closings are anywhere between 3 to 5 years, depending on how big the project is. Now, it is more ideal for those people that don't have too much money at the front, because your deposits structure is stretched over to anywhere from year to 2 years. So you can slowly keep giving 5%, and the traditional is 20% before closing, and 80% of the mortgage you can do, which is after 3-4 years.
And you have more time to make those payments. and not
Exactly.
Put the down payment right away.
Right away.
Yeah.
And your mortgage starts at the time of closing, which you're buying really time for. So that might be very ideal for your first time buyer.
Yeah.
Or a young couple who's getting married. Okay, because they might need 3-4 years to establish that relationship where they have sufficient funds they can put down. So rather than leasing and renting, hey, buying is always a better option.
Yes.
And there you also touched about how they can make money. You know, in our Canadian market, prices continue to appreciate, and not only here, throughout the world.
Yes.
So if you do buy right now and you wait 3-4 years, most likely the prices are going to be much higher than what you bought it at today's date.
A lot of people ask me, is buying a condo a better return or buying a home is a better return?
Yeah, well, I have seen that fluctuate. And let's even talk about last 10 years. You will see sometimes the prices of the homes are going quite high.
Yeah.
And other time the prices of condos is going so high.
Yeah.
There's always that plateau when at a certain period the price of home goes so high, and then people cannot even afford it.
Yes.
Okay, then what do they turn to? A condo.
Condos,
There
yeah.
you go. They turn to condo because they just can't afford the home. So then the condo market starts picking up. Then there comes to a certain degree that the market of the condo and the price have gone so high, then people start looking, okay, now it's gone so high. If I'm buying $1 million condo, I'm just using as an example,
Yeah.
and the house is maybe 1.5, 1.6, then they say, you know something, I'll rather just shift toward the home again.
Yeah.
So there is no right or wrong answer. You will see one will dominate others, but the thing is overall, pre-construction continue to dominate,
Yes.
and the supply is low. And in order to go into the pre-construction, remember guys, you guys gotta go through the trenches, you guys gotta sell the inventory. And the other thing that might help the new people is, rather than only working on big projects where they might not have access, is go out of town, go
Yeah.
to small towns, small cities, talk to the smaller builders, start selling their products, so at least you can start to build a relationship with them.
And understand the process of how things work talking to the builders and the clients, understanding the pre-construction process.
Yes.
As well. Yeah.
And every builder is different. Some of them will have their own rule and regulation, the deposit structure, and some of them will have assignments in there. That means you can sell before closing, and some of them might not want to offer that. Then there's different target market.
Yes.
So the target market, you have to identify who your clients are. Are you looking at more at elderly people? You're trying to service them. Are you looking at the first-time buyers? Are you looking at the investors? Because there's all types of people. So you have to make sure that you target the right people. And Zara, like I was mentioning before, now the globe has become so small, or the real estate has gone globally. If you guys actually do your search optimization, where the people that know how to market or they know how to do digital marketing, if you promote and you do target marketing, that alone will get you leads. Okay?
Right.
But then, where do you put those leads? I know the traditional have been putting on Excel and things like that, but no, this time you get the programs such as MailChimp, Constant Contact, where you will store those contacts, and when you guys are sending an email outside,
Yeah.
there's a lot of professional emails where you can incorporate your videos, photos, maps. That all will come through MailChimp and Constant Contact, and there's other things out there. So utilize those to connect with your potential clients. That way you will know who opened that email for how long,
How many times?
how many times.
Yeah.
So you will get to know all of that. That is also a very essential key part of real estate, staying up with technology.
That's great. Thank you so much for the tips, Jeevan. If you are still wondering what you should do in terms of resale or pre-con, I hope this episode really helped you understand the difference between the two different markets.
Yeah, and because I said technology, maybe in our upcoming, next podcast or so, maybe we can also talk to you guys how technology have changed so much and what is yet to come in the future. So you accordingly changing technology and changing the real estate way of working might give you that edge, and we will show you how.
Well, we'd love to hear it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, this is Zara Dilaver.
And this is Jeevan signing off.